Yeah, she is hurting New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? When we really look at it, she's hurting New Yorkers. So we got to call for her removal. You know what I'm saying? She's hurting New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? Medically, at that, one of the worst angles to come and try to do to people. But claiming protection for the sick, you know what I'm saying, who comes to the hospital, but she is scared. People, she's, in other words, what I'm saying is she's talking about she's protecting people who come to the hospital by making the workers do this and do that. So when the people come in that's sick already, you know what I'm saying, and they get this and that, and then they sick too, so that it'll be two sick people looking at each other. So who's spreading what is the question, and what is the mandate for? Because we heard every doctor get up there and say you can still do this, you can still do that, and the third. So while you in there listening down in the walls, I'm up here, you gonna take this motherfucking fire. And that's the way it goes, because nobody ain't talking nothing that ain't on the news. Let's be 100 here. You know what I'm saying? But she's not protecting New Yorkers in any way. So while, to me, she's scaring them away from the hospital, probably. Instead of making them go to the hospital, she's running them away from the hospital because they're scared now. You know what I'm saying? You could potentially go there and the person is zoomed up, you know what I'm saying? And now you get zoomed up too because now they zoomed it to you. You know what I mean? People must start to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? She's scaring people away from the hospital, and the workers who are there to help them. So when you look at it, when you look at it, it don't really make much sense. When you look at it, it don't, it don't. The healthcare workers, you know what I'm saying, can wear protective gear. Isn't that what you showed us on TV? All looking like y'all in spacesuits up somebody's nose, pumping the pump, and all of that up their nose, and all y'all sitting there grinning and laughing while you're tearing his brain apart, and then, you know, but you up in all kinds of suits and protective gear. What happened to the protective gear now? That they would have to take something that they choose not to, rather than just wear protective gear. So as we see with them spacesuits and the pictures you showed us that you kept repeating over and over, probably was in a different country. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at it because they're wicked and they'll do it. In other countries over here, we have a right to stand up for what we believe in, and we must do so. So what happened to the protective gear, Mrs. Governor of New York? That's the number one right there. That's number one. And they are healthy while they're wearing this fresh gear to keep them protected with oxygen and all this and the third. You know what I'm saying? They are healthy. So they are the ones, one kind. In other words, what I'm saying is there's not only one kind of medicine. Some medicines don't require no medicine. There's not only one kind of medicine to deal with anything, and you saying it's up somebody's nose and all that freaking you gotta test them and all of that. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There is no one kind of medicine in the world, and that don't show much for what you did, and then trying to pretend it coming from the other people who didn't do what you asked them to do based on your treatment vibe. You know what I'm saying? So now you blaming the healthy people for causing the virus. Why? You know what I'm saying? They're getting it from us. Yeah, they funny though. You know what I'm saying? It's not one kind of medicine in the world, that can keep workers healthy. And it do not require a nose job. It don't require a nose job. She's, what I'm saying, she's asking healthy healthcare workers, to take something that she knows, to me, what's in it. Maybe the workers might know, the other people might know because they weren't there when it was made. You know what I'm saying? They weren't there to prove it's all that you say it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? You ask them to take something that they don't know, and she acting like she knows so great. So how she knows so better than you, and she's a governor, not a scientist or a doctor. So she cannot pose mandates on the people without concrete evidence and proof of its procedure all the way to hospital trials and death. So what is she talking about? And what she's mandating must be fought on every ground based on the fact that in my court, she has no basis. So we know it's a complete plot in order to do something to the people. Let's be 100 here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She don't even she asked the people to take something, they don't even know what's in it. You know what I'm saying? Is the question. That's the question we have. You ask them to do that, but what you do to the people now what they really don't. You know what I'm saying? Can she prove that every worker will not have a breakthrough on the treatment as well? You know what I'm saying? No, she cannot. No, she know it's going to happen. She is down with the satanic, Luciferian, Marxist, deep state, you know what I'm saying, secret society, you know what I'm saying, working with all kinds of clown all across the planet. Fruit nut. So she ain't fooling nobody, and you need to not re-elect this woman or let her win any election in New York State. She must go, and we must elect somebody such as maybe Steve Malone, you know what I'm saying, who has some damn sense. You know what I mean? It seems, but everybody has to prove themselves as well. You know what I'm saying? But I see Lee Zeldin as a very open, good candidate and a Republican for New York as governor. And we need to put him in there. You know what I'm saying? But watch every move that he makes. It's important that you watch every move that he makes. But she cannot prove the breakthroughs won't happen to the police officers and this and the third and that. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of time releases, you know what I'm saying, is going on. But she cannot prove that because there have been many, many breakthroughs, more than I've ever seen in my life. And I thought the American people were more smart to be able to pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? Or she cannot, you know what I'm saying, even tell you how it's made. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She cannot. You know what I'm saying? Can she prove that there won't be so many of this, or can she not prove it? And what makes her so sure? You know what I'm saying? She's not a doctor. She's not a scientist. You know what I'm saying? So what she knows that we don't know as a governor that she's hiding because we see the game that you're playing under the vibe of Bill Gates fake ass virus. You know what I'm saying? We see that bullshit going on. So far, you know what I'm saying? So for her to impose mandates that hold no merit in the books, that cannot be challenged and held up to hold. You know what I'm saying? And held up and uphold. Let's put it at to hold. You know what I'm saying? Our mandates is completely a violation of the American people. You know what I mean? Let's be 100 here. Getting that? Let's be 100 with her. She can't prove anything like that. You know what I'm saying? She's just talking a whole lot of yin yang patty whack, give it a little bone. She can't prove all that on the basis of protection of New Yorkers as a whole. She can't do that. She has violated her position as a governor. She has been a long time violated it, bringing in the policies of the old. You see? You see? Under the pretense of a virus by Bill the Killer Go Gates and the rest of the elites and all the rich people who's involved in this process. You know what I'm saying? Even up they talk about the CDC is recommending this now for children. So now they want to do the children. And then don't want you to say anything but shut up and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why they got a Sergeant General, that Arab boy at the top of that three-ring pyramid they running up there with Jen Psaki and all them talking about the head of this. And y'all are crooks, and I know it. I'm telling you, don't follow everything they say. They are not God, and no goat head looking individual sitting at the top ain't gonna fool nobody. Everything look official, yes it does, but it's not official with the truth. So we know full well it's an onslaught, and they're trying to move us out while every other Arab and every other race that been paying them money for years, coming and take over while we get flushed out. You know what I'm saying? So we've got, especially as black people, we got to start standing up and looking what's going on in this life and stop playing around.